You're watching Wall Hanger TV. This portion is brought to you by Reconyx, the all-American made best trail camera on the market. See what you've been missing. Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blind on the planet. Athlon, ridiculously good optics. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. Wall Hanger Pedestals, customize your next trophy. Old South Dog Boxes, custom dog boxes, kennels, and trailers. Huntworth, top-notch gear at an affordable price. Yamaha, the all-new R-Max and their full lineup of ATVs, UTVs, and side-by-sides.
I'm dropping in wall hangers, you know hunting runs through my blood. Whether it's setting decoys for pintails or slanging airs of whitetail bucks, making homemade blind hunting gobblers, or snagging gator on 12-aught hooks. You know I'm glad to see the Lord made me this way to hunt for Him down here in the woods.
Well, if you tuned in last week, you got to see me take a beautiful early season Kansas buck. We still got a couple days left, and we'll see if Chad can get it done.
All right, well, round 2 in Kansas. We're still up here in this trip. Dana got to shoot her buck last week, and it's down to just a couple days left for me to try to get a buck down. Decided to make a trip out early mornings. Reason being is up here in Kansas, a lot of times early season, anywhere we hunt, we stay out of the woods in the mornings mainly because of the feeding and transitioning of the deer, and it gives us a higher success rate in the evenings. We usually do that in Kansas too, especially early, but the reason I decided to make a hunt this morning is because these deer in Kansas especially, we call it ranging. They range a lot. In other words, that deer that's going to be coming by that stand right after daylight probably came from a half a mile away. You're able to glass these deer a lot and find that out a lot of times. They cover a lot of ground in a short amount of time, and it's normal for them.
We got some Reconyx pictures of a big, beautiful deer that's got kind of a split beam on his left side, but I think I'm gonna ease in there this morning and see if I can't make something happen.
So I felt pretty confident the Reconyx cameras had told us that this buck sometimes every few days was coming through here just after daylight. Decided to get in there early before the buck come through and hope for the best.
It's still really early. There's a giant buck in the back corner of this field. I mean, a giant buck.
Well, I was right. The gamble paid off. One of the first few deer I see at crack of daylight is him. It's the big buck that we're after. I knew something. You can actually see in the background with the leaves and the reeds in this field blowing. The wind was in my favor. These deer had no idea I was here, but something on this property in that pocket that morning had these deer spooked. I don't know if it was a coyote, bobcat, don't know what it was, but still haven't figured it out. There's a couple deer beside me here, and they're looking off in the woods, and they see something and spook and kind of blow and hop off, and that's all this deer needed to see. He was already nervous. He turns and heads back north. And I knew that at that moment, it was over with for my morning hunt. We were going to hang in here a little while, but my odds of killing that buck this morning just dropped to 0. At Wall Hanger TV, we depend heavily on good optics. From the swamps of South Louisiana to the plains out west, Athlon gives us the quality scopes, rangefinders, and binoculars that we need to get the job done. When it comes to what apparel we choose at Wall Hanger TV, it has to work. It's got to be rugged and last 12 months out of the year. That's why we trust Huntworth Apparel. Huntworth has quality apparel and gear for the entire family.
Well, it was our last day in Kansas, and it was pretty warm outside, and Chad had just kind of been helping take care of my deer, packing for the next morning to head home, and just debating like he normally does on whether he should go hunting or not. But being as he had an encounter with a really good buck that morning, there was no reason not to go, even if it was a short hunt. Got nothing to lose, so we'll see if he can get it done.
A few clouds moved in, a couple showers hit, and you could just tell in something in the wind that there was a chance to kill that buck. And even Dana told us, like, look, we've got time, we're already here, you need to hit the woods. So we're going back, our fingers crossed, hoping we can have another encounter with this big buck.
Whew, man, it's hot. Super hot. We had a rain come through. I thought it was gonna cool off, and it did for about 20 minutes. Enough to trick me into getting out of here. We'll sit tight and see what happens. Might get lucky.
So scent control is important year-round in the deer woods. Obviously, whitetails have an incredible sense of smell, but especially early season. We take 2 showers a day, we hang our clothes outside, we soak them in scent killer, let that dry, take them in the woods, and then we spray again when we're in the stand. And I can tell you, if it wasn't for that, I would not have killed this buck. I happened to look up in the woods downwind where I did not think this deer would come from, and I see him standing there, and he's staring right at me.
That's him. That's him. That's the big buck from us. I don't know if he's gonna make it in here or not.
You want to talk about having me nervous. This is a mature buck. I know it's coming down to this encounter right now, and I can tell this buck is trying to wind check this field and scent check it before he crosses it to go to this ag field. And he is licking his nose and sniffing the air, and you're just holding your breath, hoping for the best. And the longer he stands there, I feel like the less and less odds are of him coming in. We had a standoff going, and I didn't know who was going to win. I knew this buck is pulling out all the stops. It's early, so he's in no hurry, and I honestly felt like the odds were not in my favor, but I felt like wherever his first step took him was going to tell us how the rest of this hunt was going to go. And a smaller buck passes him up and walks out into the field, and like as soon as he watched that deer do that, it gave him a sense of security. His first step was toward my shooting lane, so it's about to go down.
We just shot him. It was so hot. Oh my goodness gracious alive. While I anchor down, it's gonna be the biggest buck I've shot in years. Oh man. He went straight out the back of the field. I mean, I took a bath in scent killer and sprayed my clothes down till they were soaking wet. I actually brought a bottle with me in the blind and was spraying and wiping down. I knew if the deer come from the woods, there was no chance. But if they come out of here, there's a fair chance we can still kill him because the wind is directly that way. It's not gusting and blowing around in circles. But he stood there and he thought about it. I can see him licking his nose and trying to pick us up or pick me up. And he finally put his tail down and committed. I'm sorry the footage isn't zoomed in really good because if I'm self-filming it on a giant buck like that, I couldn't take no chances. I just kind of panned out that trail I knew he'd be walking out of. But I'm gonna make up to you because when we find him, I'm gonna have him real close. Yeah. Then he's gonna be on my wall for me to see, or you to see anytime you want.
You know, one common denominator for us when we are going on hunts, no matter where that is scent control. And one company that has just about anything you need, from help storing your clothes and your products to showering, spray, and everything in between, is Wildlife Research Center. So if you're looking for a way to up the odds in the field this year, check out Wildlife Research Center.
So I'm self-filming, which is one thing I actually enjoy in a weird way, but yet at the same time it's nerve-wracking. But I know where this buck's coming out. The buck stepped out right ahead of him. So I got the camera set up and it was like you couldn't have scripted it any better. This big old buck walks out, he stops, puts his leg forward, turns and looks at me. Yeah, to say I was jacked up is an understatement. It has actually been a while since I've killed a buck this good, but it's also been a while since I've killed a buck in Kansas, period. So I was super excited, not to mention the fact of the week that we've had thus far. But as excited as I am, there's two things that have to happen. I've got to go back and get the girls, I've got to go back and get Ruby, and I got to go back and get the biscuits started for supper.
Yes! 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 I gotta give the deer a little time anyway, but we have to eat backstrap and biscuits from Dana's big buck yesterday. So I'm gonna go get the biscuits started. We're gonna come back and cook this deer.
It's not even dark yet and you're back.
Can I finally kill a decent Kansas buck too?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh! Victory kiss! First one I got all week.
Oh my god.
You want to do it too? Put this on, girl.
Who's attacking me? Hey! Don't bite!
Guess what?
Killed the buck.
Shot a big old buck.
Yeah.
You fired up, Ricky? I told the camera, I did a little thing in the truck and said, you know you're redneck when you gotta go back and get the biscuits started before you can track your deer.
Yeah, I got the oven warming up.
No, but it's that same deer from this morning, but he came from, like, behind you, like
Like
from
where the old feeder used
yeah,
to
like
be.
out of the woods, way over, like across the creek from up that way.
Yeah.
And came, which was exactly what the wind was doing. And looking at the blind, and I'm like, he ain't gonna make it. There ain't no way he's gonna make it. And he stood right there, and I got footage of him because I had the camera facing out the window. He's licking his nose and just like I know you in there. Let me see if I can smell you first. He's went to licking his nose, and I'm like, I said, he ain't gonna be scared. He ain't gonna pick up much, but he's gonna get just enough to leave. And one of these little old bucks that was here, I don't know what he would do. They would just play it and they were running each other off, you know.
Right.
One of them ran one of them off and he done like that, and that buck went back there with him and he flicked his tail and he just kind of, I could tell he kind of just calmed down. I said, that's where he was trying to bust you at. Like, I felt like when he left there, if his first step was this way, he's coming, you know. Go, 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 go.
Touchdown! Sensory overload for Chad tonight. LSU just scored again. He shot a nice buck. He's cooking biscuits. He can't.
Suckers!
Home tonight, never believe that.
I'm gonna try that!
Okay, calm down.
My dad was really excited, and we were too. He killed a big buck in LSU football play, and we were cooking biscuits and backstrap, and old Ruby was excited, and we had a good time.
The Wall family knows how special it is when you harvest a trophy buck. Whether it's your first kill or just a memorable hunt, Wall hanger pedestals give you the most creative option for displaying your mount. Custom scenes, lights, and powder-coated color options come standard, along with a kit to convert any existing mount with easy assembly. Add custom nameplates or customize your entire pedestal with logos, artwork, or anything special. Check us out on Facebook or wallhangerpedestals.com for more info. Wall Hanger TV is brought to you by Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. With all welded construction, Gator Tracks has the toughest, most customizable boats on the market. Build it the way you want it for your needs. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the great outdoors.
Good blood, it's already dried up. It's been about an hour and a half, actually getting close to 2. We mainly wanted to always find your area and look at it. We get video footage of the deer, so we know we made a good shot, but now we're gonna try to pick the trail up and see where he went. I'm gonna grab my bow out of the truck real quick. Hopefully he didn't go far.
A fine buck, Daddy, and he still just shed his velvet.
Good. Ball hanger down, son. Ball hanger down, son. Buck down. We got him. We'll get him out of here for you. Dang, he's actually still got a little bit of velvet hanging on his tips. That's cool.
Wow.
He don't got stiff.
Beautiful buck.
I can hear his neck pop.
Didn't have very good blood trail on him for sure.
You gotta trust him, that's for sure.
Wound up being a good shot. I'm happy with the shot. I'm proud of that. Man, what a buck. I said it in the stand that I just so blessed, man. It's hard to put into words. You kill a deer like this. It just sometimes on TV it may look easy and it may look like we take it for granted, but trust me when I tell you that we don't. We know that the good Lord has blessed us to be able to do what we do.
Look at that cat. I guess I can.
That's cool. Just hold on to the leash and come around here. Or you can get up there if you want. Just a super fine buck, but like I was saying, trust me, we don't take it for granted. We realize how blessed we are to be able to do what we do, and we work hard for a living, but still, even with that, if it wasn't for the good Lord and good family, we would not be able to chase deer like this and make dreams come true, because this is a sure enough wall hanger, son.
Yes, it is. Awesome, babe.
Wall hanger down, baby. That is a giant. He's basically just a big old 8-point is all he is. I mean, he's got some kickers and this little weird split fork thing he's got going on there, but he's just a giant 8-point. But he's going on the wall for sure. Look, wall hanger on the wall. Wall hanger on the wall. And what an incredible weekend too, not to mention, because Dana got to kill her big buck and Karen last night and made quick recoveries on both of those deer. And then roll out this evening. I was so close to not going. I mean, so close it ain't even funny. To stay home, watch the LSU game, and just pack up, because we're heading home tomorrow. So tonight's gonna be a long night of packing up, skinning a big old buck, getting caped out, and be heading home to Louisiana tomorrow. But I can't say enough. Just thank the good Lord for giving us the opportunity, and definitely got to thank Karen for allowing us to be able to contribute just a little bit and come up here and hunt every year. And just proud to say that we was able to knock another one down. This is probably the hottest start we've ever had in the season. It's still September and we've got several really nice bucks down.
And it's just early season.
It is early season.
You like that color?
What a deer. Look at that big dagger he's got off the base here.
Man, I don't really know what to say. This trip was so incredible, and I hope we got to portray most of this to you and you got to enjoy it, but can't get out of here without definitely thanking Karen, KK, for allowing us to be able to come up and hunt again together. We always enjoy spending time with her in camp and with family, so we couldn't be more happy. We just thank the good Lord for allowing us to be able to get out and do what we do, and we just hope that y'all enjoyed it and come back next week for another episode of Wall Hanger TV.
Well, what an incredible couple days in Kansas, and I have to say, good job, Chad. You finally got a buck that's probably bigger than the one I shot, so kudos to you.
You're watching Wall Hanger TV. This portion is brought to you by Reconyx, the all-American made best trail camera on the market. See what you've been missing. Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center. Apply it, dry it, and go hunt. Redneck Blinds, the best hunting blind on the planet. Athlon, ridiculously good optics. Gator Tracks Boats, purpose-built boats for the extreme outdoors. Wall hanger pedestals, customize your next trophy. Old South Dog Boxes, custom dog boxes, kennels, and trailers. Huntworth, top-notch gear at an affordable price. Yamaha, the all-new R-Max and their full lineup of ATVs, UTVs, and side-by-sides.